This video is brought to you by Witham and Moreland Construction and Services LLC. For any roofing or restoration needs or you need electrical needs, give these guys a call at 501-326-4533. Also brought to you by Superior RV in Conway, Arkansas. Get pre-qualified for an RV today within seconds. No effect on your credit score, no need for a social security number or even a date of birth. Give these guys a call at 501-214-8153 or check out their website at rvbestbuy.com. Also support our other sponsors. They make Arkansas Weather Watchers go every single day. If you need additional business, send us an email at arkansasweatherwatchers@gmail.com. Well, good evening, Arkansas. This is Chief Forecaster coming back here once again, here to give you guys an evening forecast going over Tropical Storm Francine, what's it going to do here in Arkansas, etc. here. So hopefully you guys had a great day here. Temperatures across the board were a little warmer today than they have been over the last couple of days, with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, some low 90s down there in southern Arkansas. Let me move my microphone so you guys can kind of hear me a little better. So anyways, there has been some significant changes with the tropical storm down there in the Gulf of Mexico here. First and foremost, it did kind of hug along the Texas-Mexican border down there, entraining some drier areas, as you can see on that southern side. Looks like it's kind of filled itself back in over the last couple of hours here, but this system is going to encounter a lot of wind shear over the next day or so. So we're only expecting this to become and I said this yesterday, a high-end Category 1. I don't think it's going to make an approach for a 2 unless some significant changes are made over the next 24 to 48 hours here. Now, with the newest data, and I stressed this yesterday, that if the track were to shift 50 miles to the east or 50 miles to the west, that it would have a great amount of impact on our forecast here in Arkansas. And this system didn't go 50 miles east, it went almost 200 miles east with the last update from the National Hurricane Center here. So we're still expecting some heavy rainfall across eastern Arkansas, northeastern Arkansas. Your better shot of seeing rainfall is going to be across the Mississippi River here at this current time here. So let's go ahead and talk to you guys about the headlines for tonight. So we're still tracking Tropical Storm Francine. With any tropical system, you know, there's still time for it to change. The track can still change between now and then. So just kind of keep an eye on the updates over the next couple of days. As I mentioned before, heavy rainfall is still possible for our folks in eastern Arkansas. I've had a lot of questions about, is this going to be, you know, producing gusty winds? Is it going to produce tornadoes? I want to stress this right now. The tornado threat is virtually non-existent for us here in Arkansas. Like, it's a 0% chance because of the fact that we're going to be on the backside of the system. For you to get a tornado threat, and I'm going to explain this when we look at the model data here in a little bit, you want to be on the eastern side or the right hand side of the system. You don't want to be on the left side of the system to get a, you know, if you're on the left side, you won't get a tornado threat. If you're on the right side, you will. So that's why we're saying here in Arkansas, we're not expecting this to produce a tornado threat here in Arkansas. Obviously, I would keep an eye on the Boot Hill region up there in northeastern Arkansas, just in case this thing kind of pivots to the west a little bit. That may introduce a little bit of southeasterly winds up there, but I still don't think you're going to see a tornado threat up there. I think your best shot of seeing tornadoes is going to go for our folks to the east and Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. Those are going to be the areas that we'll have to watch very closely for that tornado threat out there. So if you have any family or friends out there, you might want to give them a heads up. But for us here in Arkansas, it's just going to be a heavy rainfall threat, and that's going to be it. And also, unfortunate news with this system moving to the east and kind of dissipating, above normal temperatures are going to be returning as we move into late weekend and into next week. I'm not expecting this to be like a massive big heat wave, but it is going to be a little above normal for what we were supposed to be for this time of year here. Okay, so let's take a look at tonight here, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause this for just a little bit because it likes to run ahead of me. So we've got some mid to low level cloud cover down there in southern and eastern Arkansas that is associated with Tropical Storm Francine. Cloud cover is really going to start to build in as you get into the late overnight hours, the first part of your Wednesday morning. There could be some sprinkles over there in eastern Arkansas and southern Arkansas here, but nothing too significant. I think the heaviest rainfall will hold off until late tomorrow and into your Thursday here. Okay, and you can wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures a lot warmer than they have been over the last couple of days. Remember, this past weekend, we were in the 40s and 50s. Now we're in the 60s. There could be some little 70s down there in southern Arkansas. You're going to notice the moisture is a little bit higher. etc. here. Okay, so like I said before, down there, southern and southeastern Arkansas, there could be a little bit of rain first thing tomorrow morning, but overall, nothing serious across the area here. Okay, so let's take a look at Francine here, okay? And this is the latest information as the 4 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center. Still a tropical storm, winds of 65 miles per hour, gusts up to 75 miles per hour. She's been struggling today. Yesterday I told you guys by this time that I wouldn't be surprised this thing was a hurricane. Today she had a lot of dryer issues, some shear kind of got in the midst with her center, so that kind of kept her from really getting going. But over the next 24 to 48 hours, she is expected to become a hurricane and to make a landfall somewhere near to New Orleans there. If you know any family or friends down there along the southeastern coastline of Louisiana, give them a heads up, tell them, hey, this is what we got going on, etc. here. Okay, so moving to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Central pressure 987 here. So as you can see on the map to the right here in Arkansas, we still have eastern and northeastern Arkansas in the track for Tropical Storm Francine here. And you can see, over the last couple of days, you went from pretty much all of the state being in the track to central and eastern Arkansas to now barely eastern Arkansas and northeastern Arkansas. So that's how much things can change over a couple of days span here. So heavy rainfall will be the biggest threat. I'm not expecting this to be a big-time tornado producer here in Arkansas. I'm not expecting any tornado threat with this unless, an absolute significant shift to the west is seen. I don't expect a tornado threat here in Arkansas. But let's talk about the rainfall potential here. And this has changed significantly since yesterday. And I told you guys in the video last night that I don't like putting rainfall totals out that early. Because of the fact that if it's, the track were to change, the rainfall totals will change with it, and that's exactly what happened. We went from 4 to 6 inches of rainfall across eastern Arkansas to 2 to 4. Boy, I'm glad I didn't go 6 to 8. I was thinking about that for our folks up there near the Boot Hill, but 2 to 4 looks to be the best bet. You go further west, you go from 2 to 4 to 1 to 2, half an inch to an inch, a trace. And for our folks in western Arkansas, man, I wouldn't be surprised that you guys may just stay sunny the entire time on that western side of the system. It'll be cooler. You'll have northerly winds, but I'm not expecting a drop of rainfall over there in western Arkansas. And boy, we need it. Outside of I know harvest season is going on right now, but widespread drought issues, and it's just going to continuously get worse until we get to a point where we're seeing widespread, significant rainfall here in Arkansas. Okay, so let's take a look at some model data real quickly here. This is the European model, and we're going to take a look over the next 12, 24, and even upwards to 48 to 72 hours out here, kind of the progression of the system here. And let's take this out a little bit. I'm going to kind of speed this up to 3 hours real fast. And as I mentioned before, there could be some rainfall down here in southern Arkansas that may get going tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, I have the majority of the rainfall down in Louisiana and Mississippi, given the slow progression of the system. However, I can't rule out some rainfall being possible as we move into tomorrow afternoon here. Now, let's take this out a little bit further. As you can see, the system itself is on the eastern side of the Mississippi River here. That's why I said there's no tornado threat. For those that are wondering, the tornado threat's always maximized on the right-hand side of the system here, because think of it, it's pretty much an area of low pressure here, and it's circulating around. So to get a tornado threat, I always say you need southerly or southeasterly winds. We're getting northerly winds here in Arkansas. So for those that are scared to death about the tornado threat, I promise you, we're not expecting a tornado threat out of this. This is not going to be a Beryl 2.0 or anything like that. This is way to the east. This is just going to give us heavy rainfall. Could be some gusty winds in eastern and northeastern Arkansas. But I crossed my heart, guys. There's no tornado threat here in Arkansas. Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, that is a completely different story. And there could be a potential significant tornado threat out there as we move into Wednesday night, Thursday, and possibly even into Friday here. So let's take this out a little bit further. And as you can see, as we move into Thursday evening, take a look at this, guys. And this is what I mean about the system shifting to the east. My folks west of Little Rock, Hot Springs, Texarkana, down to southwestern Arkansas and western and northwestern Arkansas, you guys may be sunny the entire time. Clear skies, northerly winds. You may not even see anything out of this, while my folks in eastern Arkansas is getting heavy rainfall, gusty winds, etc. here. But you are on the backside of the low, so there's no tornado threat. Let me make this clear, crystal clear. There's no tornado threat with this system here, guys, unless you live in Mississippi, Alabama, or in Tennessee here, guys, okay? So let's take this out. As you can see, the system itself moves north. A lot of heavy rainfall for our folks in eastern, northeastern Arkansas, but that's pretty much it. And it just kind of spins around for Friday and potentially into Saturday here. There could be some lingering showers up there in northern, northeastern Arkansas. Some of that may sneak into northwestern Arkansas for the Fayetteville UAB game, but nothing too significant at this current time here, guys. So that's an update on Francine. That's an update for what we're expecting here in Arkansas, and also I've gone over your forecast for tonight here. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here, source for all things Arkansas weather.